Hello, it's Dr. Cinema. I'm sorry again for not being able to post any videos during the summer. Usually that's when people put out most of their videos, but I've just been busy with work and all sorts of crazy stuff. But I am back again, and over the summer, I saw that I gained a few more subscribers. Now I'm over 10 subscribers. Over 10. So that's pretty impressive because I have no budget. But yeah, I promised everyone that I promised a special video if I hit 10 subscribers, and since this happened a while ago, it's gonna be late, but here's that special video, and it's gonna be a face off, but not between two movies or even just two contestants. We're gonna be comparing all four Netflix Marvel original shows that we're counting Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. Now, for the rules of this TV face off, I suppose, we are not going to be taking into account anything that happened in Daredevil Season 2 or the miniseries The Defenders. It's all going to be focused on Season 1 of each solo series. Four contestants, 5 rounds. Let's get into it. It's TV face off, I guess. Yeah, TV face off. That's what we're going with. So, round 1 story. The first season of Daredevil focused on Matt Murdock, a lawyer slash vigilante who's fighting the crime in Hell's Kitchen, which is led by the villain known as Kingpin, also known as William Fisk. The first season of Jessica Jones shows a PI named Jessica Jones who, after escaping from a man who has been brain controlling her, making her do all sorts of things against her will, she's free of him, but now she's she's trying to look for him, find him, capture him, and trying to take justice and revenge. Now, the first season of Luke Cage sees a man who, after being forced into a scientific experiment, is now bulletproof, super strong, and is now the public hero of Harlem. The first season of Iron Fist sees a man named Danny Rand coming back to New York after 15 years of being presumed dead after being trained by monks and gaining the power of the Iron Fist, and is now here to destroy the secret organization known as the Hand. So each of these shows does their best to try to be as grounded, realistic, and entertaining as possible. And with Daredevil, this is especially impressive since the only time we've seen Daredevil in the mainstream media is the 2003 movie starring Ben Affleck, and that did not go well. On the other hand, there is Iron Fist, which, even though I believe wasn't a complete failure, didn't really offer anything new that the other shows haven't already done before. Now, of course, the two big shows that are possibly the most unique out of the four are Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. With Luke Cage, you have a black superhero protecting a predominantly black neighborhood with black villains. This is a really diverse cast, which is very interesting to the other shows we've seen where they've been predominantly white, even though they have had a few characters with ethnicities. Jessica Jones, though, it's a female who isn't the typical origin story. It's set after a very major part of her life where she was being controlled by a villain with really strange and quite powerful powers. And it was really interesting delving into the psychological torment that Jessica Jones has went through under that time. So I guess for this first round, I'm going to have to give this one to, you guessed it, shit. This was not a good idea. It's Jessica Jones. I was going to do the whole thing where I show the thing, but yeah, that's not going to happen. So it's Jessica Jones who wins, okay? Jessica Jones who wins first round. Now let's go into the second round, which would be the actual hero character itself. Now, Daredevil, Matt Murdock, lawyer by day, vigilante by night, who is not willing to get violent, but to a certain point because he's very Catholic. So of course his religion dictates how far he's willing to go with his violence. And of course we have Jessica Jones, who, like I said, has been controlled by a villain, which results in her being kind of superpower drunk. So that was certainly entertaining to watch, to say the least. Luke Cage, though, he's be a very positive role model, or is trying to be after like several times be like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this, but I guess now I have to do this because people are taking advantage of my neighborhood. And of course, Danny Rand, he's gone for 15 years, comes back, but he's still very much a kid, and that's kind of annoying in his show. And I think they did a really good job with Luke Cage. I mean, he was introduced in Jessica Jones, but in his own solo show, he really shows how much of a positive role model, how much of a good person he is trying to be, and what kind of example he wants to set for the rest of his community. And this was very nice, especially for a superhero that is African American. And I'm going to have to give this one to Luke Cage. So, Jessica Jones won, Luke Cage won. Second round goes to Luke Cage. Now, let's get to the third round, which is the villain. Now, the MCU has had problems with villains in their movies, even though now they're doing a little bit better with it, but I'll talk about that another time. But in the shows, though, that's where the villains really seem to shine. First season Daredevil, you have William Fisk, aka the Kingpin, who was a really interesting character that really shows his human side, his vulnerable side, while also being very intimidating and very dark. Now, Jessica Jones, you have Kilgrave, aka the Purple Man, who has the power to control people's minds and behavior just by talking and being near them. And he's interesting as well, but he's really much more like menacing and doesn't really show a lot of vulnerability. Well, they do, but you don't really feel sympathy for him that much. With Luke Cage, you have actually you have three villains. You have Cottonmouth, the senator woman whose name I forget, and you also got, I forget this villain's name too, but he's Luke Cage's half brother. He's using the other two villains to get to Luke Cage and to take him down because he's jealous of Luke Cage for being raised with the father and actually having a family and such. With Iron Fist, you got the Hand, which is mainly led by Madame Gao, who is probably one of the saving graces of the show. But I can always go back to the Kingpin because, again, he was seen in the Daredevil movie, but he was much more psychologically interesting, more relatable somehow. You're actually kind of sympathetic while also being very intimidating. And I mean, that's a lot to do with one character for only, 13 episodes? So I'm going to have to give this one to Daredevil. So Jessica Jones got round 1, Luke Cage got round 2, and now Daredevil round 3. Now let's go to round 4, which is comic accuracy. Now all of these shows are fairly comic accurate as reasonably expected. But of course the only one that actually got sort of controversy when it comes to representation and details was Iron Fist, because for some reason a lot of people were claiming the show was whitewashing Asian culture and such. Now, I'm not going to get into the issue right now. Basically, whitewashing is generally defined as a character that's originally portrayed as an ethnicity such as Asian, African, something like that, and it's then shown using a Caucasian actor or actress. Now, Iron Fist, when he was very first created, was a white guy, so the whole whitewashing thing I think is a complete joke. But I still admire them for actually being the most comic accurate of the 4 shows, actually. I mean, they had the Hand, Kung Lung, the mystical power of the Iron Fist, and even though they didn't really show the dragon, they really did say that he got from defeating a dragon. And I give it props for doing all the whole mystical stuff because, well, it's still very interesting. So I'm going to have to give this round to Iron Fist. So it's all tied 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. Now the final round is where it's going to happen. I originally had the 5th round as, viewership, but I realized that really didn't really determine which one was, the best overall. So, screw viewership. Round 5 is actually going to be impact. Now, with Daredevil, you've got a character who's being redeemed on a smaller screen and being shown how religion and morals and all that stuff conflicts, but also gently works with being a vigilante. Jessica Jones, he's really kind of like a drunk, who ends up killing her villain, which I think was the right choice, but she did started off going after like trying to capture him, like put him on trial. So kind of a little mess up there. Iron Fist, its impact has been the weakest of the four. So let's just move on from him. I really feel like Luke Cage has the biggest impact. I mean, being a positive role model, being one that actually tries to do his job while having good morals, and being like the most morally conscious of the four. So I'm going to have to give that round and the face-off to Luke Cage, which is, in my personal opinion, the best of the four solo Netflix Marvel shows. Now, I like all four of them. I really like Daredevil. Jessica Jones is great, and even though I think Iron Fist is the weakest, I still enjoy watching it. And I mean, really do hope they improve in season 2. But in my opinion, Luke Cage is the best of the solo Netflix series. But again, I'm not taking into account Daredevil season 2. And obviously, I'm not taking into account the Defenders. But comment below which show is your favorite. What do you think of the Defenders miniseries? Glad I'm over 10 subscribers with a show of no budget. And that is the TV Face Off 10 subscriber special. So, like, comment, subscribe. Dr. Cinema, the doctor's back, baby.